Hello, I am Moonsong Uwu, and this is Podcast Resurfaced. Now, you might be asking me, Moon, what is Podcast Resurfaced? I don't know what that is. I don't know who she is. Where'd she come from? Where'd she go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I know. So, Podcast Resurface is the rebrand/rebirth of the Kitten Band podcast. Very popular back in the olden days of 2019, all the way until sometime in 2020. But it's been a long, long time since those very, very old days. It's 2025 now. Get with the times. So, we gave her a facelift, a little BBL, and boom. Her new name, Podcast Resurfaced. Because, we're revitalizing, resurfacing, resurrecting. We are a podcast of very like-minded individuals, community members of the VR chat community called the Kitten Marching Band, based off of the Machiri Neko Kitten Marching Band. Don't sue us. Yeah. Anyway, today I come to you with 3 big questions. What is Podcast Resurfaced? What was the Kitten Band podcast? And 3, what can viewers, I can't read my own script, great. What can viewers expect from this new podcast? Well, in our very first episode of our rebranded podcast, whatever you want to call it, the lunch hour, the talk hour, the yappening, let's see what happens. So, what is Podcast Resurfaced? Well, it's basically a rebrand of our original podcast, the Kitten Band podcast, which again was hosted and will be in the future. This one still hosted by VR chat community members and VR chat community members of the Kitten Kitten Marching Band. See, I'm very relatable to the viewers here. I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to read. I'm like a coloring book. Even a child can read me. If you know that reference, you're a real one. But I digress. So, the Kitten Band podcast was our original idea that was made, in 2018, 2019, and kind of came to a halt in 2020 to 2021. I spoke with the community members and was added to the team fairly recently, as in last year, 2024. We went back and forth between oh yeah, we're going to bring it back. We're going to do this and that and whatever. But again, things came to a little bit of a halt. And we don't blame each other for that. We listen and we don't judge. We're all adults. We got lives. We got families to feed. For $1 a day, if you donate, you can feed a hungry kitten in need. So, yeah, we got families, jobs. We're out here adulting, and it's rough. It's rough. So, again, $1. No, I'm kidding. Besides, if any profit came of this, it would be donated to charity. For those that know the Kitten Marching Band community, we do charity events, or at least we used to. That will be talked about more in episode 2, which will be a week from now. I'm getting ahead of myself. But we used to do a lot of charity events, and we still do that every so often. But as I said, if any profit comes of this, it would go straight to the charities that we've been supporting for years now. So, with that, what are we going to do here? What is this podcast really about? It's about bringing VR chat communities together, gaming communities together, podcast communities together, and you might be thinking, oh, Moon, another man with a podcast? Ew! Well, joke's on you, I'm not a man. I'm not a woman either. Think about it. I play VR chat. Come on, think about it. Anyway. What was the original Kitten Band podcast? So, the original Kitten Band podcast, run again by so many members of the Kitten Band community, started by Tranquil, Cyborg Wizard, Dark, Leegi, Retro, Char, Bloop, a bunch of our community members. And as I said, it started around 2018, 2019, came to a bit of a halt in 2021, and hasn't been around since. But since I've been added to the team, I really wanted to revitalize it, kind of take it as like, a brand new project, have all of us come together and, really delve into the community, right? So many plans for 2025, not just for this, but for the Kitten marching band as well. So look forward to that. Sorry, I'm not used to yapping, so if I go quiet for a minute, I'm so sorry. I'm not doing this podcast right. Podcast, you're supposed to talk for like an hour or two. We'll get there. I'm in my yapping arc. So I will not be the only one you will see on this podcast. While I have kind of taken over things a little bit and made this my own personal project, there's still a whole team behind this thing. They know every step I took. They know the usernames, the passwords. They know everything. Everything I changed, everything I did. And, I've got no backlash on it, nothing. So, we'll see where this goes into the future. Because with my brain, anything can happen. But obviously our community is very wholesome, very happy, very, very cat, as you can see. I'm a bee cat. This is one of our 3.0 models. 3.1? I don't know. I think it's just 3.0. I don't know if we've done 3.1 yet. I don't really remember how far VR chat is with avatars. I just kind of play this game. Hello, I'm Moonsong, your host. Welcome to this mess. But this was again made by community members when we kind of did a whole rebrand of the Kitten marching band, or an upgrade. We went from our 3D not scuffed models, but that's kind of what we called them, our original models that were based off of the Michiri Neko marching band characters. And we still have those, but with this 3.0 model base, I think we have it public. We have a Quest version and we have a PC version. So those kind of go hand in hand with each other. But with that, sorry, my nose started leaking. Ooh, ew. Anyway, ooh. See, even bee cats get sick from time to time, too. Should have some background music or something, but, with Twitch and YouTube, it's really hard to find something that's appropriate and something that's good. Obviously, there's DMCA, free stuff, but I did not think of that. So enjoy the absolute silence and my angelic voice. You're gonna come to hate it one day. And that is the day that I will revel in it. Anyway, back to what I was saying about this 3.0 model. So we have, I think, public versions within our Discord of the Quest and the PC versions. And a lot of people have taken those files and made their own custom cats. We have people that made, anime character cats of, different anime characters they like. They also have made just tons of creative people and artists and 3D modelers out there that know how to do this. This one was specifically made for me. It's very easy. It was based off of the bee cat, and obviously, with the more rounder, pudgier bodies, they had to, mess around with the colors and mess around with the position of things. But my original 3.0 model was made by Tailskip, a great community member, also fellow streamer. Go check them out, Tailskip VR. Yee. And then this was the final version, revitalized by Jinx Slime, world creator in VR chat, and also person within the community, friend of the community, and model maker, and a bunch of other things. They do so much. But they helped make this model for me and finalize it with tails and everything. I have some expressions, but I just got VR like a few months ago. I'm still trying to figure all of that out. So expressions and all that and fancy things with VR, I'm not really privy to just yet. But I've been playing VR chat for years, honestly, since 2020, because, that's when everyone started, feeling the itch to go outside and do things. I did not feel that because a girly got social anxiety, and I can't do that. But, making online friends within the virtual community and doing all that, awesome, amazing, beautiful. I don't have to see you face to face, so I don't have to be terrified of you. But, after a while, you want to meet your online friends in real life, and that did happen, and that's a story for another time. So, but other than that, as you can see, we're not taking this very seriously. This is a very, chill, kind of laid-back podcast. The original was just the same. There were laughs had, friendships made, things going on. It's not a serious one where we, sit down and be like, this, and this. No. Well, I did say I had 3 big questions. I'm going off on tangents, this over here, this over there. I'm not a huge talker, but, if I get comfortable, I right now I'm alone, except for, the 3 of you watching. I don't know who you are, but thank you. This is taken completely unseriously. This is just a project that hopefully, one day will become bigger, and, it's something I just really wanted to do, not just for my community, but kind of for myself as well. Just to, put everything out there and be like, hello, world. We're cats. We march. We do things. But hopefully, if I can keep this schedule, we'll be coming at you, every Wednesday, 1 p.m. EST. It's not going to be set in stone of that time because, sometimes maybe it'll be a little bit before then or a little bit after then, sometime around 1 p.m. EST. Because currently I am, the only person working on this. But, we'll have community members and do stuff from time to time. So this won't be your, sit-down podcast, talk about one thing for an hour or two. We'll talk about, multiple things. We'll have multiple segments, which leads into, what can people expect and viewers expect from this podcast. Sometimes we'll chill for an oh my god, we'll chill for an hour, or an hour, or 2, or 5, who knows, and, we'll talk about certain topics. If you go to our YouTube channel, which is linked in our About section, a little selfish, shameless promo, little shame promo, you can see playlists that we've made of our old channel from years ago, the olden times, of what the original podcast used to do. There was this segment called, if I can look at all of it, there was a skit segment called Pay It Forward, which was hosted by Tranquil. There was the original podcast episodes. There were about 2. Then we had blooper videos made by our own community member who is also named Bloop. Then we had like kind of what's going on with the KMB kind of news interview segment hosted by Bloop as well, called What's Poppin', but Poppin' spelled Pawpin, because we're cats, we got paws. And we also had a segment of going out and just talking to random VR chat players, doing interviews out there on the street, like news reporters, called Kitty on the Corner, featuring one of our managers and our host, Cyborg Wizard. And she would go around in her cat model and, question random people. So, obviously, there's going to be a lot of variety within this podcast. Podcast? Again, whatever you want to call it. The chill hour, the kitty hour, the kitten caboodle hour. Whatever you want to call it, it's going to be your weekly place to come, chill, hang out with the VR chat / kitten band community, just yap. Just talk about stuff. Get it all out there in the open. I did put a warning on these streams that, at some point there might be profanity because, of course, the people that host this, that made this, were unfortunately old, decrepit, falling apart, glass bones and paper skin. We're adults, so, some, we say that, oh, we're a wholesome, nice community, but, let's be realistic, we're adults. Sometimes a word will slip here or there, but it's not going to be, like, excessive, because, I'd still like to keep a sense of professionalism about this. I say, as I sit in my room, looking into a camera as a bee cat at the ripe age of 23. Yeah. Old. Professional. Anyway, but you can expect a lot of variety coming from this podcast, the interviews on the street in VR chat, the news segments of like what's going on with the KMB, what can you expect in the future from the kitten marching band community, and, topics of like, just the regular stuff. For future reference, definitely next week I want to talk about, what is the KMB, who are the KMB, what were they, and what have they become, and what can we expect from the kitten band community in VR chat in the future. And I really have put it as a personal goal to make 2025 our year. Kitten marches, friendships made, charity events, everything that we used to do. But 2024 was kind of a dry spell for us. We kind of, like, all the higher-ups, I am one as well. I'm a parade manager within the kitten band community. I got a brand new job at the end of 2023, and I work overnights. So unfortunately, that's the time where, the biggest amount of people all around the world are playing VR chat. I mean, obviously there's people on VR chat at all times of the day because there's different time zones, different people, different places. But, where I live, America, unfortunately, that is the biggest time that, everyone is on. And, all of my community is basically on. I say, well, not my community as in I own it. I do not. We have Meowstros and Concert Masters who are like kind of like the higher ups of the kitten band community, which is Dark Rebellion, Shadowed Scarecrow. Then there's the like retired people who used to be higher ups, and then I definitely in episode 2 want to go over the hierarchy of the Discord titles and the titles within the kitten band community. So I'll leave that for later, but there's Concert Masters and Meowstros who are higher than Parade Managers, and Parade Managers are higher than March Leaders. So, as a Parade Manager, you kind of become like a Discord mod, and then you also, in VR chat, you become the person that helps March Leaders out, because I was once a March Leader. I know how difficult leading a huge group of people in VR chat can be, of all different ages, from young teenagers to full-grown adults older than me, 30s, 40s, who just want to go out into the worlds of VR chat and spread happiness through, music. Because if y'all remember, the Camp Marching Band started pretty much at the beginning, or, well, towards the end of 2018, and became a huge phenomenon, and cemented itself as one of, like, the very first communities in VR chat. Not like the very, very first, but, one of the first. And, we were known everywhere. Charity events, KM marches, Discord events, movie nights, this, that, and the other thing. But, as time goes on, people leave the community, or stuff happens, or, as I said, a lot of us are adults. We have jobs, families to feed, have ourselves to feed. Money. Unfortunately, we have to work to survive instead of surviving to work. Actually, wait. Maybe it's the other way around? I don't know. Money. But let's not get political here. That is not what this is about. I am about to be talking about money. I don't know anything about money. I failed math for a very, very long time in my life. I'm not going to tell you how long, but the people that know. If you know, you know. I am not good at math. That's why I became a Twitch streamer. Not saying that people that stream on Twitch are not good at math. I don't know. I play video games. And I have a real 9 to 5. Well, actually, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So, 8-hour night into the next morning job and Twitch streaming on the side, which, it's fun. I enjoy it. And this is now the second Twitch channel that I have made/taken over. So that's fun. But what can we expect going into the future, as I just said, with the podcast? So different topics. I want to do an anime episode talking about, different animes, or do a whole series of say, for example, Podcast Resurfaced episode 2, Madoka Magica, and, part 1, and, we do a whole series on that specific anime. I say that because I could literally talk about that anime for years. But I am not about to get into that right now. Today is not the anime episode. Today's the beach episode. No. Oh my god, I should go to a beach world and be like, oh my god, it's the one anime episode where they're on the beach episode. I find those so funny in anime because almost every anime has a beach episode. Almost every one of them. Because, the beach episode is just infamous with anime. But other than that, we can expect regular podcast episodes, such as me sitting here yapping at you for an entire hour about something you may not care about, but some people listen to random podcasts that they find on Twitch or on YouTube, and they find them and they're like, oh, this looks pretty cool. Who knows if they'll subscribe or follow? If you do, thank you so much. I love you. Please return. I have a family. I'm being held at gunpoint now. Anyway. Sorry, I'm pressing my face a lot, because, gamer moments. I have a very small, circumference of my head, so my headset has to be completely tightened to as tight as it can go, or my headset will keep falling off. I don't know the exact measurements of my head, but it's small as hell. Just like my hands, my feet, many parts of my body are small. I don't know why. I live in the small society. 5'6". And people are gonna be like, 5'6", that's not small. It's very small for my body. Anyway. Maybe I'll do an anatomy episode. Be like, no, I don't know. We'll see. Random topics, random yapping. No one knows what's going on. Not even me, and I wrote this episode. And by wrote this episode, as in our podcast used to be scripted, but how I do things, I kind of make a bullet point list, and sometimes I'll write a script out of that. But what I did for today to keep it, chill, simple, and explain, the new podcast and everything, I did it like, three big questions, and then I did bullet points under those questions, just to keep it plain and simple. But then sometimes I'll do, one question, and then here's the paragraph, and then here's the bullet point, and then here's the scripted part. Because I was in theater. I was a theater kid. I am still a theater adult. Unfortunately, I don't do anything theater-wise within the real world, which sucks. But doing theater is definitely a whole. You have to dedicate your whole life to that, and I did not see myself succeeding in that, because you have to be rejected so many times for that to even be for you to be even considered for even the smallest role out there. It's crazy. But I'll leave that for the theater episode. When will that happen? Only the big cat in the sky knows. The big cat being me. No. But yeah, back to that script thing. Like, some episodes used to be scripted, but everyone's different depending on who's hosting at the time, which I am guessing is usually going to be me. I don't know. Haven't gotten really much response from the team other than, here you go. But we'll see what happens in the future. Because I don't want to take this over and be like, oh, it's the Moon Song podcast now. I don't want to do that to my community. Like, these people are my friends. This was their baby, and I feel like I kind of stole it from them. But, I talked to them extensively. I was like, I want to do this. I want to give it a facelift. I want to give it a BBL. There were 2 podcast episodes, and no one's touched it since. So I kind of made it my personal project to bring it back. But, we'll see what happens in the future. BBL Windows? Hello? Hi, Dark. Welcome in to the podcast Resurfaced. I was just saying, I feel like I stole the podcast from all of you and kind of made it my own thing. But, I did talk to you guys. I was like, hey, I'm doing this. I'm rebranding everything. I'm making new channels for everything. And, I was given the go-ahead. I talked to Cyborg, I talked to you, I talked to everyone else, and everyone else was like, yep, period, go. And here we are. This place might look familiar to you. And for new viewers coming in, or for new people, sup, I just woke up and no, it should be fine. Old members can always hop in. Yeah, definitely. I was just saying, like, a few minutes ago that, like, I don't want to be, like, the only person hosting this stuff. I want to have people come in and be like, oh, this, that, cats, community, VR chat, instead of it, accidentally becoming the Moonsong Uwu podcast. I don't need that to happen. Because I was saying how this was, your guys' baby. You came up with the idea. You did the original podcast. Social, welcome in. It's been 84 years. Yeah, it's been a while, but I really wanted to make this project my own and bring it back. Sorry, my nose is leaking a lot. It's hot in my room. It's been 1,000 years. Yeah, but for any new people that might be watching or lurking, I'm looking at the Twitch chat right now, and I'm talking to Dark Rebellion and Social Outcast. Dark Rebellion is like the main head honcho of the Kitten Marching Band, and Social is like me, parade manager. If you want to learn more about them, go look at the playlist on YouTube called What's Poppin', and you can see Bloop's exclusive interviews with them. I will be interviewing them at some point. Who knows? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z to see, the evolution of where they were and where they are now. I should just do the whole interview episode. You can count? No, not really. Can any of us? Anyway, but as I was saying, we're gonna come back in full swing. There's gonna be stuff going on within the podcast and within the KMB, because I promised my community that I would start doing stuff. There's gonna be podcast episodes every week. There's gonna be kitten marching bands every week, and in VR chat, and there's gonna be my own streams every week. So busy life, busy schedule. So, we'll talk about that in the future, and put in little clips here and there. Again, go look at all the links to our new Blue Sky accounts, because we don't talk about the other app anymore, but I missed old Twitter, kind of. I mean, old Twitter wasn't even that great, but better than what it is now. Anyway. But yeah, we're going to be doing a lot. A lot. And, we also have Catsgiving hopefully coming back this year as well. Because as I said, 2024, we didn't do much. All of us are adults, got jobs. I'm crying. I need money. But, yeah. We'll be back at it once again. And it'll be a great time. I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over, but I feel like that's what a lot of podcasts are. Sometimes you need just that other person to bounce back and forth. Right now I got the Twitch chat, but that isn't enough. I might have to have another host or another person come on with me, but I would have to make it at a later time. But unfortunately I can't, or I'd have to make it a different day when I'm off of work. Because as I was saying before, I work 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. and it's currently 1:35 p.m., which is like a good time for me, and then I can go to bed and then go to work. Obviously, I have some personal stuff going on right now, so I won't be back to work until February, but that is something that only personal people need to know. So, yeah. Anyway, I feel like I've been doing the actually meme way too much, so I just get stuck in that voice. Actually. But, yeah, lots of stuff coming for 2025 for the Kitten Marching Band and our podcast. Interviews of random VR chat players in public worlds. Very scary. Have not been to a public world in a hot minute. And I'll be dragging my community through it. I'm going to take dark, I'm going to take social, and I'm going to throw them into the public black cat world and tell them to ask questions to people. And the very first question we'll ask is, when did you, are you, and will you when? And then they'll say, what? And then we'll say, answer the question. When will you, are you, and when? Yes. They'll understand. We're gamers. I'll do the can I touch the butt vid again? Please. Yes, we have so many sounds and videos of just out of context podcast stuff and get a marching band community members just saying the most random things. It's very scary. Like, if I can find it. Where art thou? Oh, it's down all the way on my thing.
That was a little dirty.
I still can't speak. We'll be adding more sounds as more out of context things happen. But back to the topic at hand. We are the podcast resurfaced. Not that clip. Um, the clip I just used was Dark saying that was a little dirty because I didn't want to use the other one, but maybe one day. We are podcast resurfaced. I hope I explained us to justice. Damn, we got 20 more minutes left. What do y'all want to do for 20 minutes? I could yap. But yeah. I wish to do the old podcast. That's gonna be a lot of the podcast. A lot of stumbling over my own words. A lot of freezing up. Cause I'm so good at this. Such a professional. It's not like in my own streams. I literally do not say a word for 9 hours straight. Except for maybe one time saying poggers, like the Chuck E. Cheese account once did. What, they were playing, it wasn't Fortnite, it was Fall Guys or something. And the puppet looked at the camera and was like, poggers. And then never said another word ever again. he like me, for real, for real. But I have to become part of my yapping arc if I'm gonna be a podcast host. Ugh. This is why we write scripts. I didn't write a script. I just wrote 3 questions and I was like, yeah, I can make like a novel out of all of those. Totally. Goes off on 20 different tangents, talks to the Twitch chat, doesn't explain a damn thing of what's going on. No. I explained a little bit. It's a podcast. How hard can it be? I was then shot 57 times. But yeah, those memes are pretty cool. Ooh, by the FU guy. I was outside with my peener out, as usual, when I walk around the corner and I see the FU guy, who was actually the peener snipper offer guy. I was then shot 57 times. Have y'all seen those memes on TikTok? They're so funny. So funny. Definitely gonna do a meme episode where I just quote those memes for an hour. It's gonna be so funny. I'm telling you my future plans out here. In the wild. The wild, I say, inside of the cat hotel. This place is wild. You don't know what goes on in the cat hotel. I know what goes on in the cat hotel. Don't let me. I'll be quoting Sorrow TV for hours. Hey, it's up to whoever to DM me if they want to be a part of the episode. Because I'm on Do Not Disturb right now, not on Discord, unfortunately. I'm on Do Not Disturb on VR chat, so no one's getting in here. But we will have exclusive interviews with the Dark Rebellion and the Social Outcast, as we once did many eons ago. I was rewatching those videos, and let me tell you, because I didn't know any of these people until March of 2020. And now that I have known them for about four almost 5 years now, the only 2 people who sounded pretty much the same are Social, but Social sounded a little more shy, and Dark sounds exactly the same, but Shadow did not have a good mic at that time. Sounded like a child. And he is not a child. He is ancient. So anyway, it was just funny rewatching all of the old podcast videos and Krusty. Hello, welcome in, Snow. Hi, Retrolution. More KMB community members, KM Marching Band members, who I will also exclusively interview. Shadow had a potato mic. Yeah, Shadow's another one of our, Meowstros or concert masters. I have to look again. KMB. Yeah, Shadow's one of our Meowstros. He's a longtime community member, basically from the beginning. And I will be, going through the hierarchy next episode of, Shadow's the co-lead. Dark is the lead. Shadow's the co-lead. Then there's the concert masters who are Cyborg, Leegi, and Jinx. And then there's Social Eye and Saw and a few others who are parade managers. Then there's the Grand Meownos, who are the retired people. You know what? I don't know why I'm going through this now. That will be next week. I'll be talking about who and what the Kitten Marching Band is. Damn, forgot Retro. Yes, and Retrolution, and a few others. I was only looking at who was online at this very moment. I'm sorry. But that will be next week's episode. It will be titled Podcast Resurfaced Episode 2. What and who are the Kitten Marching Band? Who and what was and is the Kitten Marching Band? The Kitten Marching Band was found at the scene of the crime playing their song. 15 men dead. Killed. Homicide. Shot 500 shot 57 times and all had 500 stab wounds. Little did they know, allegedly, little did the cops know that the whole entirety of the Kitten Marching Band were actually FU guys. All of them. Every single one. We didn't commit crimes. Allegedly. We didn't. The only crimes that we have committed have been putting smiles on people's faces for generations. We didn't go to prison. No, we did not. Allegedly. Never went to prison. One time. It happened one time. We were caught by the lolly police of VR chat. We have video evidence and pictures. And we did our song in their little courtyard, and we marched right out that prison, right out the front door. They tried to get us, but our little nubs couldn't be held in, what's it called? Handcuffs? Handcuffs. Our little nubs couldn't fit in the handcuffs. So there was that one time, but other than that, nothing happened. Allegedly. But that's a story for another podcast. Period. We got 15 more minutes. Me checking the time, pushing up my glasses. Actually, there's 14 minutes. What are you, bad at math? As I said before, yes. We won't talk about how bad. Addition, subtraction, I can do that. Multiplication, okay. Division, not big numbers. But then you start adding shapes, and then you start asking me to find your x? No, I'm good. I can't find your x. I can't even find mine. So what makes you think I can find yours? Hi, welcome to the Math Cast. Not the Math Cast. I can't find mine either. Period. But, I hope this Hello? I hope this first. I was trying to pronounce first with an O. This first. 2 plus 2 is 9. Yes. And 4 plus 4? Fish. Fish! Fish. Forced? Forced. Fish. But yeah. This will be the vibe with one or two or even a whole group of people. No one knows. We'll see what happens. What am I touching? What is that? It's my controller. Why does my controller feel like that? I don't know. I don't ask. But yeah, we're resurfaced, resurrected. We are the Kit and Band podcast with a BBL and a facelift. BBL. Oh my god, there's those other videos on TikTok that's like the people going like, something, something, and a something. Something, something, and a something. So, podcast with a BBL and a facelift. Podcast with a BBL and a facelift. That's so stupid. I'm so sorry for having to subject all of you to this for the next 57 weeks. I think there's 57 weeks in a year, right? 52 or 57? And I promised that there would be a new podcast episode every week, either every Wednesday or sometime within the week. Got that BBL window behind you. Okay, 52. As Dark has said, there's 52 weeks in a year. So, I hope y'all are ready for 52 episodes of whatever this mess is going to become. There's going to be love, drama, fish, memes, clips. And if TikTok doesn't get banned in the next week, I might even make a podcast resurface TikTok. Because TikTok is like the only thing people watch now besides YouTube. So YouTube Shorts? YouTube Shorts? We don't know. Maybe. A lot of people watch YouTube Shorts and TikTok because none of us all of us do not have an attention span anymore. Like, when I was first thinking about redoing this podcast, I was like, do I really have the attention span to sit here and talk at a wall for an hour long? For the clips and stuff, TikTok and YouTube Shorts would be ideal. Yeah, exactly. Like, I was thinking, can I really sit here for an hour and talk at a wall? I mean, I do it on my regular streams, but like I'm playing a game. Right now I'm also playing a game, but I'm like not playing VR chat. I'm in VR chat, sitting in front of a camera in VR chat. Well, also, you can't see it, but I'm looking at my OBS, which also has the screen that you're watching. So I'm basically watching the stream in the camera, the stream in OBS, and yeah. So you're watching the stream while I'm watching the stream, while I'm watching the stream, while I'm doing the stream. Welcome to this podcast. I swear, it will be chaotic like this all the time. Even worse. Obviously, I want to come in kitten models all the time, because, this is the Kitten Band Podcast Resurfaced. That's kind of our theme around here. But who knows? Next time I might show up as a sexy M&M. You have no clue. It's what I decide. My attention span is terrible now. Sag. True. Yeah, I feel that. Me too. Like, I can't even watch short TikToks anymore. Sometimes you need a video of Subway Surfers playing for social, please. Next podcast, there's gonna be Subway Surfers in this corner, TikTok in this corner, YouTube Shorts in this corner. There's gonna be someone cleaning a rug in this corner. It's gonna be all the stimulating videos. Cocomelon's gonna be right here in the middle. It's gonna be, yeah, someone's gonna be cleaning a rug, then someone's gonna be over here talking about a true crime it's gonna be a true crime podcast playing on top of this podcast, and then someone's gonna be making Legos, and then there's gonna be Coco Melon, then Subway Surfers. Subway sandwiches. There's a video I keep getting recommended on YouTube about Subway, and I really don't want to watch it, but it keeps popping up, and I might watch it, but I really don't want to watch it because it's really weird. $5 foot long. $5 foot long. Oh my god, we almost made it. We got, what, 7 more minutes? Dang. What vid's that? I cannot say it on here. It is really weird, and I will not bring that type of energy to this holy land. $5 foot lettuce. A number 9, a number 9 large, 2 number 6s with extra dip, a number 7, and then a large Diet Dr. Pepper. Pepper. Not pepper. Pebba. P-E-B-B-A. Oh, I have memorized the number 15, but only with B's. Here's a taste of the meme cast that's gonna happen within the next few weeks. Bumber Biff Bean, Berber Bing Butt Bettis, Babas Bing Boo Bunt, Bin Berber Bing Berber, Biz Bum Bun Belses Butt Bumbus, But Basbit Burns Bout, Bit Bite Be But Boo Bet. Thank you. I'll take my Tony, my Emmy, my Golden Globe, my Broadway award. I will take it all right now. Thank you. And you gotta say it word for word. Bumber, I'll go slow this time. Bumber, Biff Bean, Berber, Bing Butt, Bettis, Babas Bing Boo Bunt, Bin Bor Berber Bing Berber, Biz Bumbun Belses Butt Bumbus, But Basbit Burns Bout, Be Bite Be But Boo Bet. Now say it back to me. Write that down. Can't believe we got Bumber Biff V and Berber Bing Butt Bettis before GTA 6. Can't believe I got in my yapping arc before GTA 6 dropped. Never thought I'd see the day. We love a tutorial. I'm gonna have so many clips to make from this. This is the best decision I've ever made in my life. I went up to Cyborg, and I went up to Dark, and I went up to Tranquil, and I was like, give me the podcast. Give me. Don't forget the subtitles. Not the subtitles. Just replace like every second letter with a B. I only memorized it with B's because I am a bee. I just happen to be mixed with a cat. It's not my fault that, when a bee and a cat falls in love, they make this. What is a good subtitle add-on for Twitch, I wonder? I have no clue, but I can look into that. I'm gonna have to go on Duolingo and start learning different languages too. That could be a whole podcast, just learning. Podcast Resurfaced, episode 25, learning Spanish. Watch as I make a fool of myself on the internet. Not like I haven't been doing that for the past 4 years. But like a good fool. Sounds fun. This is no joke. I took Spanish in high school, right? I got a C in Spanish. So technically, on my Spanish final. So technically, I got a yes in Spanish. like, I don't know. La escuela, escalator, la biblioteca. What else? What else do you need? Yes, in Spanish. Yes, in Spanish. I took American Sign Language for 3 years, but obviously, this model doesn't have hands. I've got nubs, and VR has has a special way of doing sign language. So I would have to take the VR classes if I wanted to even do that, but I am lazy. We got 3 more minutes, people. Can you make it 3 more minutes with me? Just 3 more minutes, please. I have a family. I've done this podcast before. I've seen people die. I'm sure I can make it. Pog. Hi, welcome to the Pogcast Resurfaced. That should be the name of the meme episode. Pogcast Resurfaced. Skibbity Riz. Toilet. Talk about low budget flights. I'm out of here. I have wings. I can fly. As I proceed not to move. But thank you all for joining me. Don't need to announce your departure. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining me. We got through an hour. Back into the abyss I go. Next episode, who knows? Someone might be joining me, or someone might not. Let's see which of my friends I can drag back into the ether to help me and, yap with me. Next episode, episode 2, who and what was and is the Kitten Marching Band. This is Moonsong signing out. I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for joining me this time on tangents, rants, but hopefully you all got, the whole circle encompassing of what this podcast is going to be. Podcast, whatever you want to call it. I will see you next time, either just by myself or with a friend. Who knows? This is Moonsong Uwu, your newest host of the Podcast Resurfaced, rebranded Kitten Band podcast. And we will see you next time. Goodbye.